Did you make a list?
Me?
Yeah.
Nah.
Mike's list was Destiny, and I'm done.
Yeah, and Destiny 2, and then potential Destiny 3.
I mean, with that, so pretty much before I begin this, I want to we should let everybody know that games are never confirmed when it comes to release dates. It's never final. You know,
Mhm.
a game can get delayed in the very last minute for a whole year or more. So, we're gonna talk about games that we don't even know if they're coming out this year. It's not a promised thing. Um, with that, we can probably talk about PlayStation. That can be the first console. I got nothing on my list. I'm just kidding. What do
Hey, we're
you
done.
what do you have for PlayStation, Mike?
And then PlayStation, they just need to step it up. I think more uh with the rumors of Death Stranding coming out, they're really banking all their coins with that game right now.
We,
Because
you
there
know,
isn't really
do
no
do you
point for
but
having.
would you think that will be out this year?
Yeah, most
Really?
definitely. At the end of the year, yeah,
I don't
they're
know,
gonna
man.
pop up
I
saying that it's gonna come
I
out.
I don't know. That's just weird. I mean, to me, I mean it's possible. We just don't
Hmm.
know how long they've been, you know, working on that game.
True.
But
Yeah,
who
not to
knows?
mention that game literally is super advanced. Like I'm talking like they have realistic, realism, and not to mention the details are like bonkers. I mean, nobody in the entire world thinks that game could be literally be taken just a year. That thing needs like freaking like two
Yeah, I
years
mean,
or plus.
no game takes just a year, especially nowadays. Games probably used to take 3 years back in the day. Now they're taking 5 years or more. But I don't know, Mike, did you ever get to play the first one?
No, I didn't get to play the first one. I felt like I needed to like get into it, be in that mindset. But it looks great. I have it on PC and PlayStation. One day I'll get to it.
Yeah, I love the game. I mean, I can understand people that don't like the game because of
Hmm.
you know, but I really feel like it was something new. It was something unique with
Right.
gameplay. The graphics are freaking insane, even on the PlayStation 4. Um, but I think I have a feeling like the part two is gonna be a whole different game. I don't think it's gonna be the same because it's not really a point to be the same game, we're kind of pretty much past that whole thing of delivery, which it was part of the story. I don't think part two is gonna be anything like the first one.
The
I
rumors is
think,
that it's called On the Beach. That's trending too.
Yeah, that's
you know,
yeah, that's what's going around. But again, I don't gameplay wise, I just don't think. I think it's gonna be a different game.
you're right, dude. I mean, I think they must have fixed up the new game version. I mean, like for example, different weapons, different environment, different, story, how it's gonna be. Oh yeah, my personal favorite is that possibly we're not gonna be just having the same thing we have to do. What if these, Death Strandings are gonna get advanced?
Yeah,
I mean, kind
I mean, I'm not expecting for a full action game because we know Kojima loves his stealth games anyway. But I
of.
mean, when there's battle in the first one and when there's battle involved, it's really cool in my opinion. I mean, and I don't know if this is a spoiler for you. I don't know if you care about spoilers, Mike.
Nah, we good.
So pretty much in the first one, you kind of messing with time, so you go back in time, back and forward. When you end up in one of the world wars, I don't know if it's one or two, you get to battle and all that, and those moments in the games are really, really cool, in my opinion.
Hmm.
Like I
Hmm.
think you should try the game, man. The score and all that is really good.
Before the second one comes out, I'll definitely try it out. But what makes me believe more that we'll get it soon is that they already showed off that Hideo Kojima is working on a new game, Overdose.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
it's like,
it's in the rumor going around. He's working like on three different games. I think it's not
right.
just
So if
just
they
another
showed that
one.
one, this one has to be like more than halfway completed. enough
Because
that
what
it could
what
be
game
released soon.
he's also working with Microsoft, right, for a game?
Yep.
I heard of that too.
That's what I'm saying. He's working like on 3 games. I mean, we all know that that guy is a freaking mastermind. You know, he has his own team. He has his own studio, literally. So
Right.
who
I'm
really
just
knows what he's cooking?
I'm just saying this guy's literally is gonna make every game in 2024 like boom. Like like they're all like step away peasants. You know what I mean? Like it's like the king just came in and just blew everyone out of the way.
Yeah, Kojima, man, he's the man. I cannot wait to see. I mean, this rumors. So the game you were talking about was a horror game, right?
Right. Overdose OD
Yeah,
that they showed at the Game
that's the
Awards.
one with the faces, the actors' faces,
Yeah.
but it wasn't really actors. It was like a scan of the actors.
Mm-hmm. With Jordan Peele, like they're working together.
That's the one he's working with him, right?
Yeah. And I believe
And
that's the game that's for Xbox as well.
right, yeah, well, you might be right on that. I mean, again, Death Stranding, it it will be a surprise if it's this year. But who knows? I think it's something like you said. It's something that PlayStation needs because I really think they had a rough year last year, man. They didn't really. I don't remember anything. Uh, Spider-Man, which is Mike's favorite game.
Yep. Uh-huh. Spider-Man. The incomplete game, dude. And all
uh,
I keep hearing is that they're gonna bring out like DLC for it. It's like, yeah,
this is gonna be
y'all could keep it.
for sure. There's gonna be a DLC for Venom because that's the main thing everybody keep asking. But
Right.
I don't know. I was just telling Jacob, I haven't played the game. I'm in no hurry to play that game at all. I'll play it someday, but I feel like I'm not really missing anything.
No, not really.
The game that I will go with next will be Final Fantasy Remake.
Mm,
So this will be part 2 from the trilogy. That's coming out like in a month.
right.
That's like right there. Did you get to play the first one? You guys? I don't think Jacob. I sent you the game, but you haven't played it yet.
I mean, that game literally is super complicated and dude, I'm just sorry. The Final Fantasy is just to me the most complicated franchise to me ever.
I mean,
I mean,
it is confusing because I mean every game is pretty much they have numbers, but they don't follow anything. You know, every game is their own thing. You kind of have to be into RPGs and all that to be into all that. You know, type of game. If you're not really into RPG games or fantasy games, then it's not your cup of tea. But I mean, I like the first one. So, but the only thing is that I feel like it drags a little too much. You know, in the same. There's too many like backtracking in the first one, in my opinion. Um, I don't know. What do you feel? How do you feel about the first one, Mike?
Um, I felt too slow that I stopped. It's so slow that they're making it into like 3 parts because this is the second one. There's a third one coming after
Yeah,
this.
no, that's what I'm saying. Like they literally turn one game into 3 games.
So
Um,
it's just slow. And I kind of miss that fast pace. Like at the beginning, I
you didn't
understand that
got
it's
to beat it.
slow. I got like halfway through and I just couldn't
It's
go
not
through
a bad
more.
game, but I mean, I understand if you don't like it. I understand why. It's like what people were saying. I never got to play the original, so I can't really compare it.
Right.
But I kind of know. Everybody knows about the original in a way. How they kind of drag that first area. That's literally the first game. You
Right.
know, they drag that way too much. Part 2, I'm just hyped for it because you're finally gonna be outside, you know, of that whole city and actually be in the open world. But I still wonder, do you think it's really gonna be like open world like that, or it's still gonna feel linear?
It'll be linear. They're not gonna go too much on open world. Like you could think that you're gonna be able to go to that island over there in the at far, but
In the
nah.
distance? Yeah. Yeah, I feel you 100%. I think they're keeping this linear in a way, and that's the reason why they're making it a trilogy.
And like always, Final Fantasy looking beautiful. It's just
I mean,
remarkable.
it's a smart move. They're selling, it's pretty much selling you the same game 3 times.
Right. Like a big DLC.
pretty
Mhm.
much. You know, the first one was gorgeous. It's a beautiful looking game. So I cannot wait. I mean, this game, this is only on the PlayStation 5, right? It's not on the PlayStation 4
Yeah, it's
that we
PS5.
that we know of.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be PS4 anymore. They're really
Mm.
trying to get away from that.
And talking about that, do you think that whole time exclusive, are we ever gonna see this game on the Xbox?
Possibly, dude. I mean, for example, you can't just have one place. You gotta have multiple places to get it all. Like
But you know,
PlayStation.
I only ask because it's been forever since the remake already came out, and it's still no words. I mean, there's rumors going around again. But the rumor right now is that Final Fantasy 16 is coming to the Xbox. I don't know if you heard that one, Mike.
16?
Yeah.
Wasn't it already out? The one, no, 15. It's the one with the prince.
The 16 was the last one, wasn't it? If I'm not mistaken. The one that just
There's
came
so
out,
many of them.
that's
Like
like
Jacob said, it's confusing.
the one that just came out, I don't know, it's kind of like a Game of Thrones. It's pretty cool.
No, I haven't tried that one out.
Yeah, but it's pretty much literally the one that just came out. That one they're saying that's coming to the Xbox. So I just don't know. I mean, business wise, it's just, it's only a matter of time. You can't just have games coming out just for one console, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. We'll see about that. Stellar Blade. You think that's coming out this year?
I
Hmm.
Did you,
don't know that
did you
game. Sorry.
guys
Yeah.
you know which one I'm talking about, Mike?
No.
Stellar Blade is a PlayStation game. The one that we seen a lot of people calling it Cheeks because the girl has like a big butt.
Mhm.
It's like a
I swear, games.
it's like a slashing game.
No, I've never heard of
I'm
it
pretty sure
at
if you've seen the
all.
video, it's been a while. That's what I'm saying. So so I guess we can move on from that one. Rise of the Ronin. I'm sure you guys heard of that one. That's the one that looks kind of like what's
Ghost
that
of
Ronin?
Tsushima.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that game was great. So if it's anything like it, I want it.
Yeah, I still gotta be Ghost. I was in love with that game. I don't know what happened or how I fell off. Maybe just too much happening in my life. But I need to jump back on that game.
That game is fantastic and so great. And the Rise of the Ronin also looks good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks very similar to Ghost. That's why I got it on my list. Curious about
Is
it. But
is it the
again,
same people that made
I
Ghost?
don't
No,
think so. No.
because Ghost was made by Insomniac.
Yes.
So yeah, I think this one's like
And
Team Ninja.
There's been rumors that that's what they're gonna make. They're gonna make another one.
Mm,
And
I'll be up for that.
they're making a movie too. Well,
I'm just like,
they're trying to make a movie.
Of the game or
Yeah,
of Ghost?
of Ghost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they want to make a movie about that.
That'd be pretty cool.
So that's pretty much all I have for PlayStation. I guess you want to talk about Destiny before we move on.
Destiny, like I've always hyped for it. Like no matter how many times they destroy my soul with delays and like lack of content. But this one that they delayed until June, it was supposed to be out already. But because of all the
It's a May
layoffs,
or June.
it's in June that it's coming out.
And what's going on? Because last I heard
Hmm.
is Bungie's not doing good over there with Sony.
No, not at all. Like it seems like it's falling apart completely. There were so many layoffs. The game got delayed. There's like no updates going on. The last thing that we heard about was that they're gonna come out with free content in April, but
Right.
it
Because
doesn't
I
seem so
mean,
promising
the
at
whole
all.
thing right now, the worst on the streets and could be rumors, who really knows, is that even Bungie's next game, which it was Marathon, I think,
Yeah.
that it's not looking so good. Again, I don't know. Don't really have any any insiders like that. So that's just rumors from the internet that we get to read about. But yeah, last I heard was pretty much Bungie. They're not doing so good over at Sony. Um, but again, what studio is safe nowadays? You know, you're seeing Microsoft having layoff, even though they just made like $1 trillion for the company. So nobody's safe out here with jobs anymore, apparently.
Right. So we won't know until it actually comes out, but hopefully it doesn't get pushed and we could actually see what's up. Because it's supposed to be like a whole new game. Like the update is so big in the DLC
Oh, for Destiny.
for Destiny that is changing everything.
This is we're still on 2, right? Because Destiny 2,
Destiny 2.
they never made another one. It's just that Destiny 2, they really milked that game hard.
Yeah, we're like on year 6 by now.
So they already went further than the Halo Infinite, because Halo Infinite, they're already talking about another Halo, where Halo Infinite is supposed to be a 10-year game, but I guess not.
They just gave up.
Apparently, there's rumors that they're already working on another Halo game.
It's because the Unreal Engine.
Apparently,
Unreal Engine 5 came out.
yeah,
and just
I
took
think,
over.
but that was the word. I don't know if it's true. Apparently, 343 was having a lot of problems with the engine that they made for that game.
It still looks good, but there's so much like
It could look
lag. Even
better.
the campaign.
It's not bad looking, but it could
No.
look better, especially with Unreal Engine. They can make a better looking game.
And then hopefully
Mhm.
the new updates that they're coming with Halo will be putting it on the map again. Because I love Halo.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna go to the Xbox next, and that's the first thing we're gonna talk about. But before we close the PlayStation topic, we can talk about State of Play, which is a rumor going around that it should be soon. Do you think it's gonna be a next month thing?
It could probably be in the next 3 to 4 weeks that we get it. And
Because I
hopefully then we'll
mean,
get more information on PlayStation.
do we usually have a timeline when it comes to these directs, like Nintendo?
No, they just randomly do it.
State of Play is different. It's not like Nintendo. You usually can see Nintendo coming with a direct.
Right.
Gotcha.
The
I,
State of
I
Play is
asked
just
you because I
randomly.
mean you're the PlayStation guy, so I don't really, again, State of Play usually catch me off guard, so I guess you're right when it
Yeah.
comes to that.
It's whenever they have like a hot game and they just want to like release it out there, they're like, all right, we're doing it now.
Yeah, I mean that's also the same thing with Capcom. Don't really know if it was just a rumor going around that Capcom's supposed to have another surprise game coming out like in March, but I don't. Do you think they will still do that? I mean, we're only 2 months away from March, and we haven't heard about any other game that they're working on.
No, I don't think so.
That's too close to do that, right? In my opinion.
Right? They're probably like secretly working on Resident Evil 5, the remaster, the remake.
Mhm.
Yeah, they must be working on another remake. I mean, they asked the fans. I don't know if you remember that. That was like a couple months ago when they did a survey. They were asking fans, "Oh, wow, the game they should remake."
Yeah, we need Resident Evil 5 and Dino Crisis.
It sucks that we want that, but a lot of people don't want Resident Evil 5.
It's
I'm-
one of the great ones.
Which I don't know why, because in my opinion, I will still say Resident Evil 5 has like the best co-op, one of the best co-op in any game.
Yeah, definitely. And then they kind of took it away because in 6 it was there, but it just felt like tacked on.
Exactly.
And then
I mean,
7 is just back to
and
solo.
with the technology we have now, that co-op can be even better. You know,
Mhm.
that's just something that I don't know why they haven't remade. Outbreak. Outbreak will be another perfect Resident Evil game to remake. With us having online the way we have online now.
I guess because it wasn't so popular and people didn't play it, so there's like not so much
Yeah, because
demand
they
for
didn't
it.
play it because that game was too advanced to play back in the day.
You needed like that big adapter for the PlayStation.
You remember that? You needed like a
Mhm.
special add-on for the
With a
PlayStation
hard
2.
drive. Yep.
So it just doesn't make any sense. So I mean, pretty much closing that, we can go to the Xbox now and talk about Halo. We can start with that because you just reminded me we got that update coming out next week.
Oh. The
Uh,
Halo 3
I
playlist has been really fun.
So you finally got to start. When did you started playing it?
Maybe like a week or two ago. But can we get more than just 3 or 4 maps from the Halo 3? That's all we're getting over and over.
Nah, but I had a man. I think that was like the most fun I had playing Halo in a while. That playlist was exactly what many of us been asking for. Just have a playlist where you get to play old school maps.
Right.
It's not that hard to do that, you know. That should just be a playlist, you know, by itself and have Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3 maps.
So
But
this
this
season's gonna be the last one then for Halo?
I don't know. That's again, I haven't been following Infinite like that, like I used to, because you know, it's just not the same. But who really knows? There's just too many rumors. You know, there's always the new rumors when it comes to Halo and 343.
No,
So
I think 343 did say that season 5, this season that's coming up, that's their last season for Halo Infinite.
you might be right. You might be right. I
But
mean,
who knows how long that season's gonna end, how it last.
it could
So
be a season for a whole year or two.
right.
Hellblade 2. Anybody played the first one?
Nope.
I played the first one. Didn't get to beat it, but it's a good game. I still need to beat it. Um, I just don't know. I don't know. I'm hyped for the game because it looks crazy, the graphics, but it's not something that I'm gonna jump on right away. Yes, you
The,
guys don't care.
the thing that
Um,
keeps Xbox alive basically is Game Pass. Without Game Pass, I wouldn't play most of the games that they release.
and that's why Xbox is on top because of Game Pass. And you're not wrong. I mean, but well, we gotta be honest. You know, compared to whatever PlayStation has, that subscription to me is horrible over there. I just don't see myself getting that. Game Pass all the way. Like you said, you get to play whatever game, you know, don't really it's not really that expensive either. You get what I'm saying? Um,
Yeah.
so
And the games get released like day one on Xbox.
exactly. You know, because on PlayStation you still gotta wait, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. So Avowed is the other one that's from Xbox, right? The RPG. That's also coming out. I think we had this topic before, me and Mike, where the thing with RPGs, we got too many of the same looking games coming out. So it's kind of hard to get hype for some of this game, especially if they all look the same. Fable, you guys think it's coming out this year?
It's
Fable
it's a myth.
it's another one. I don't honestly when they showed the last trailer for that, I don't know. My hype for that game kind of went out the window because it doesn't look like Fable to me.
And wasn't it a remaster of the first one? Or like word of it that the first one was gonna be coming out again instead of a new one?
I think there was a rumor for that, but not 100%.
But I don't think that game is like remotely even finished.
What the brand new one coming out?
The new one, the remaster, any Fable, any game that has the word Fable in it.
I don't know. I mean, is it the same studio that made the other ones? Is it the same people?
You got me there.
Because I'm not 100% on that. I don't know not sure. Um, Indiana Jones is a big one to me. I am a huge Indiana Jones fan, and that game looks great in my opinion. What do you
You know,
what do you guys think about the first person thing?
I mean, it's kind of weird that, you know, I don't understand why would they put Indiana Jones like, like he's holding like this, and then I mean that feels a little like not very Resident Evil, but it feels like a little like, those PC games you play in Steam, those indie games feel.
What about you, Mike?
I guess they had to like change it up because especially that we have Uncharted, which is so good. We have 4 games deep, like on major consoles and even the PSP ones. And now to bring Indiana Jones now, they need something different
That's
that'd be like,
exactly,
all
and
right,
that's the same way I feel. I said the same thing. You can't really. I understand, people want to, a third person Indiana Jones. I understand where they're coming from, but if you do that, you're just gonna get Uncharted or Tomb Raider all over again.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? You gotta do something different because if you do that, then people, especially that this is gonna be an Xbox exclusive, you're gonna have people like, oh, they're just copying Uncharted or they want to be Tomb. You can never win. You're not gonna win everybody. And it's not like the whole game is first person because when you're swinging or climbing something, it goes to third person for some things. So I don't know. I think it looks good in my opinion. I feel like Machine Games are the perfect people to make that.
I
But
still miss the Lucas Art, timeline we had with them.
yeah, I mean, I still, I don't know. I'm expecting for the game to be a good game. Hopefully they don't try to walk the game, or mess it
Mhm.
up how Disney been doing with stuff lately with characters.
Mm-hmm.
Just make it about Indiana Jones and don't try to make it about any new character, please. That's what we
What is
asking
the
for.
name of the game? Indiana Jones
And the Great Circle.
and the Great Circle. Wow, wow, dude. I-
I don't know what it's with titles with some of these movies or games lately, but again, we don't work for Hollywood, so we don't know what's been going on
They're
in
just
those
running
movies.
out of stuff now.
Um, another big one I want to talk about is Jurassic Park Survivor. I am very hyped for this game. Obviously, I don't even know if this game's coming out this year, but as an Alien Isolation fan, I that's like one of my favorite horror games in the past years. The game is amazing in my opinion. As a survivor, type game. I hope that Jurassic Park follows that. So that's where I'm hyped, but we still don't know shit about this game. So
Yeah, they just gave us that teaser and that's it.
yeah, which there was some gameplay in there, but we just don't know much. That's all we know.
I'm
I have
excited to
not
see it.
seen I have not seen that kind of game ever since Telltale Gates made that game from years ago.
Yeah, did you get to play that one, Mike?
Which one?
The Telltales.
They made a Jurassic Park Telltales?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you
Hmm.
had like different endings, like the true ending or the ending that you chose to do. Well, it's canon. It may be canon to the 90s of the first game because, it seems like they weren't the only scientists and workers, working at Jurassic Park. And especially they were, testing on the roller coasters that Jurassic Park will have soon.
yeah.
Because, you,
I mean,
because,
again, Jurassic Park is for some reason they have many games that I don't even know about. They've been making games, and I just heard there's another game that's like a survival game, like the one we're getting. Apparently, it was on VR, but they released it on the Switch, so you can actually play it on the Switch without a VR. And
it's so
I want
funny.
to go and try that game out.
It's so funny. Jurassic Park made one arcade game before at the 90s.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of like the one of the first Jurassic Park games that kind of put them on the map with probably the first great Jurassic Park game because I don't think the Super
Hmm.
Nintendo game was never a hit like that. It just became a classic from nostalgia, but it wasn't a game that you would talk about. You know,
And they made a couple. There's like 2 or 3 on Sega and Super
yeah,
Nintendo.
it goes between Nintendo and Sega. That whole thing, we old school games, it gets confusing in my opinion because it's like me personally, I never really had. I think I had like one Sega, but I don't remember following Sega the way I did Nintendo.
Right.
I think we can talk about Gears of War. I mean, we don't really know if we're gonna get a new game this year. Or we're still getting the rumor remaster, the Marcus Phoenix collection.
I give up on Gears. They're never gonna come out with that. It's just false hope. Just thinking that we're gonna get a new Gears or even a remaster. I would love it, but it doesn't seem like they even care, Microsoft.
I mean that's the whole thing with Microsoft, in my opinion, is confusing to me. I just feel like, at least 343, they're turning around with Halo lately.
Right.
But with what they did releasing that game like that, I know it's not on them. That's on Microsoft, rushing them to do whatever they need to do to have a game. But if a game is not ready with no content, then don't release a game. Because I personally feel like that's the main thing that hurt Infinite. They released that game with nothing.
No co-op. Dead. Automatically. It's like,
And
what were you thinking?
Halo is known for co-op.
Since the beginning, and then you just take that away. No firefight. Yeah. And then
Mhm.
Gears of War 1, the remastered one, the servers don't work no more. We try to play, and the online's not available no
That's what
more.
I'm saying though. That's good thing to bring up, because we just tried that last year. You know what I mean,
Right.
Mike?
Mhm.
So it's like, obviously, if you're gonna do that, then you really need a collection for the Marcus trilogy, and make all that shit co-op and make it online. I think that will be the main thing to get the fans of Gears of War, especially the old school fans. You need to go back
Yeah.
before a new one, in my opinion. I think that will restart the hype all over again.
Do that, and then release a movie, and Gears is on top again.
It's not hard. I just, again, we don't understand these people that be running the show. The last run in Ninja Turtles, it's so good for this game. Apparently, there was a bunch of layoff for the studio,
Yep.
so I don't know if we're gonna get this game.
The
But
Mutant
no,
Mayhem.
no, it's
The
the
last run,
Ronin.
Mm,
you know how they were making a game based on the comic.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think it
apparently
was.
that studio just got a bunch of layoffs. So
I don't know wherever we'll get that, dude, but it's like I have bad feelings we may get it canceled or get shelved.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I wasn't expecting for that game to come out this year anyway. I just wanted to say that I don't really have a good feeling for that at all. We will see. Star Wars Outlaws, that's looking good in my opinion. I think, is that a game by Ubisoft?
Um, Outlaws.
Yeah,
That's the one that we saw in the Game Awards.
with the girl, and she was like on a speeder and all that.
I don't think so.
Who was the one? Because it's not EA making that game. It's a different studio.
What wasn't it? Oh my God, Massive Entertainment. The people who made Division and Division 2.
Could be. I'm not 100%. I should have looked that up. But I mean, besides that, I think that the game was really good.
So yeah,
Um,
it is Ubisoft because they made Division. Sorry about that.
no, you're good. I mean, I wasn't 100%. I think it looks similar to the Falling Order and the Jedi Survivor, in my opinion. So again, it's not hard to make games like that. Keep them similar, keep them linear. That's all we ask for. We just want a game that's not multiplayer and has a story. It's not too hard to. I don't understand why they they try to do something very different with. In my opinion, we can, I guess, talk about Suicide Squad, because I don't know what the hell they were thinking trying to make that game with what they did.
That game is a mess, and I can't wait until it comes out so I could just watch the cutscenes because I'm not playing it.
You tried it, right? Didn't you?
Yeah,
They had a beta, right?
yes, and it was terrible.
So apparently people that already played the game, because you got reviewers that they gotta play the game way before to make their reviews. None of them say anything nice about the game.
That's why they make you
They
sign an NDA so you don't trash talk it before it comes out.
yeah, but they already said, without saying it, that 2 hours was enough.
Bruh.
I'm sorry, that game I don't see anything good about it, to be honest. I really don't. I don't know. Uh, Pretty much like what you said yesterday, Mike. Maybe if it was not in the universe of Arkham, maybe.
Right.
But you are, you're using the same universe and trying to do a 360, with something that came before. You can't just do that.
Yeah, exactly. And also, this is the problem about about Suicide Squad's kills Justice League. It just feels like you just want to copy the Fortnite formula and insert that idea, but at the same time, it feels like what is going on? And plus,
Which I
especially
mean, it's
the
like
continuity era is
exactly
wrong.
following Fortnite, which is not a bad idea because I understand Fortnite is making bank. I
Mm-hmm.
understand everybody wants to follow that formula but you're not Fortnite, especially for this game. No, you know, coming out of the Arkham series, and no, you don't do that. That's not gonna work with that. You should have made something completely new and different if that was the case. So, anyways, we should probably end the Suicide Squad combo because I don't think none of us care about that game.
Nope.
Especially how literally you have these idea how the lines of the Superman and Wonder Woman sounded like, what is this? Like, is this what you're trying to do? Like you said, Mike, like a Marvel game they did. And exactly, it's like how, you just turn them into some kind of like Disneyland feel.
You can't, it's just the game doesn't feel like it's from the universe that it's supposed to be coming from at all. It's just, no, I don't know what
And
they
yet,
were thinking. I don't know. I don't even know why Rocksteady went with it. I would have never done that.
it's
Apparently,
really,
yeah, go ahead.
what was really gross is I'm seeing Poison Ivy and in there becoming like Greta. It's like, why the hell does she look like Greta and she kind of look like, like she was in her early 20s form? This is like,
Yeah,
what the hell is this?
it doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
The worst
This
thing about that game is that we had such a nice trilogy for Kevin Conroy,
Uh-huh.
and then now he's in this one, and then he's not with us no more. And this is his
God
last
rest
game
his
as
soul.
Batman. Dude,
I didn't even thought
no.
about that at all. That makes it even worse.
That
I
that
mean, it's just insane. It doesn't fit at all with that universe. There's a lot of rumors that this game might even put Rocksteady in trouble when it comes to maybe even going bankrupt if this game doesn't do well. Hopefully that's not the case, but I just don't, this game should have never been a thing.
we're gonna
If
get
yes,
our Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Rocksteady game then.
We should have done that. They should have done that a long time ago.
exactly. I mean, they could have gone away like they could have get a be staying away from DC. I mean, and if WB wants to make everything canon, it's like, dude, why don't you
You
make
know,
everyone
if
has their own?
anything, if you really think about it, what this game is trying to be, they would have fit more with the turtles.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
It's- I don't know, man. Fuck this game.
that could have been Kang instead.
It's exactly that. You got me all messed up now. This game makes no sense. Um, we're getting a Tomb Raider remaster for the old games, which I believe is for 3 games.
Yeah, for 1, 2, and 3.
I
I'm
really hope.
curious. I would love to go back and try those games. It's been years, so
If you ask me, everyone's gonna be going back to the olden days, how she used to wear back then, not the today's recent games she had. Her old outfit.
yeah, right. Just the shorts and the tank top. That's like what you were saying with Harley Quinn. This new game, it's like you have to cover her whole body now for some, reason. But
Mm-hmm.
that might be another topic to talk about. I don't want to get canceled. So, anyways, Silent Hill 2. Do you guys think that's gonna be this year?
No.
Possibly. Who knows? It may happen next year, but maybe they'll announce it this year at summer or so. I don't know, but I'm planning to play that game because, The thing is, I never played the game on PC or on regular stations, but I do think it looks. I mean, I did see gameplay.
I'm curious. I just still think it's dumb to start with part two, but
Mhm.
we'll see. I just don't know why would you remake part two and not remake part one first? Well, Metal Gear is
I don't know.
different because Metal Gear 3 is literally the first game, is a prequel, so that makes sense. But I mean, I don't think that's the case with Silent Hill 2. I think Silent Hill 2 is Silent Hill 2. But I don't know. We'll see. Talking about Metal Gear, that remake, is it possible for us to get that this year, Mike?
The they came up with 2 and 3 already, which plays like the PS2 versions.
No, yeah, the collection. I'm not talking about the collection, but yeah, I heard that apparently the collection is actually even worse than what came before.
Yeah,
People
which is so
said
bad.
because people said the older collection, the HD collection plays better.
Oh, most definitely. But this one that you're talking about is
It's the
like,
the Metal Gear remake, the Metal Gear 3 remake.
oh yeah, like okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
the Snake Eater remake, the
Mm.
Delta, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, for this year?
Yeah,
Man, it's
because
a
I mean,
possibility.
we don't know. Again, we never know how long they start. How long they've been working for some
Be-
of these games.
because aren't they working also like to release Metal Gear Solid 4? Like a
Yeah,
remaster?
they're supposed to have another. That's the no, don't know if that's confirmed, but they want to do like more. That's why this was volume one. They're gonna do volume two,
Yeah,
where you're gonna have Peacemaker and Metal Gear 4 and all that. Hopefully that's the case because I've been dying to replay Metal Gear 4,
right.
and the only way you can play that, I think it was through PlayStation Plus. I don't know if that's still a thing with PlayStation 5, but that was at least on the PS4 and or PlayStation 3. There's no other way you can play that game at all.
Yeah, but as a remake for Snake Eater, I don't see it coming out this year at all.
Yeah, because we really
Maybe.
haven't seen anything much.
Yeah, they'll probably try to do the collection first if they do decide to go that route.
Gotcha. So I guess the thing we gotta talk about now is Nintendo.
Ooh.
Okay. You know what's interesting about Nintendo right now? Apparently, like I told Wally, is that we're gonna have Nintendo, the Mario versus Donkey Kong, the Princess Peach game, then possibly then we're gonna get more of the Luigi Mansion Part 2.
Yeah, so I guess we gotta start with Mario versus DK. That's like in 2, 3 weeks, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Coming out. And I
That
don't know. I'm very hyped for that game. It looks fun.
what's funny is that I used to play that game at my Game Boy Advance time. I mean, that's where I used to play it, and also and their cutscenes were not like animation. It was just like audio and pictures are happening there.
Yeah, did any of you guys got RPG?
Yes. I
I
got it.
did, but it's harder to play around to get to into sewer because that freaking monster keeps eating me alive, and I keep dying.
I
The
never
big
I
frog?
know
Yeah, what do
I
you think?
never
That
I
thing is freaking.
never I never play RPG and I still gotta get the remaster. What do you think about it, Mike? Because I know you're a fan.
Yo, I beat it already.
Oh, you did the remaster?
Yes, I destroyed that game.
How does it feel? Like you still feel like nostalgia and all that?
Yeah, I was playing the Super Nintendo edition with like better graphics.
Did
And I
they
even
did
put
they
like the old school
remaster?
sound.
Is it the same sound or the remaster?
They have new sound, but then you could put the old school sound in there.
Oh, I like when they do
Mm.
that. I like when they do
Hmm.
that. That's
Yeah,
cool, because that's
it was great.
they should always do that with a remaster game. You want to do it old school or you want to do it new. Give you the option for that.
Right.
Peach, do we have a release date for Peach? Didn't they release a new video for the Peach game?
I
I think
thought
they
they
released
just,
the gameplay.
yeah, with like new suits that you could be.
It was
Like you
about
could be a
her
Hmm.
ninja.
outfits, right? I haven't seen the video yet, but apparently, yeah, it was about her outfits that she has in the game.
Plus, she lost her crown.
Luigi's Mansion, does that has a release date?
I don't know yet, but you know, if anybody played Luigi's Mansion 2 in a what's it called, in a Nintendo DS, I'm pretty sure that's gonna be something different but a little similar how it happened. Because this isn't like Luigi's Mansion 3 where you do the same thing, but part 3 you gotta solve the puzzles and trying to destroy all the main bosses in different ways.
Yeah, and this is if I'm not mistaken, this is a DS game, isn't it?
It was a DS game, yeah.
Yeah. So Luigi's Mansion and that new Paper Mario, that's a remaster also?
Well, yeah, it is from the second game on GameCube timeline. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Um, so I guess we can go to the big thing for Nintendo and talk about the Switch or the Super Nintendo Switch or the Switch 2, whatever the name is gonna be. Um, do you guys think that will be this year?
Yeah, it could possibly be.
Me,
It
I honestly, I have that probably put like 95 to maybe 99% yes. I
or
think it's,
maybe next year
I
March.
think this is coming out for sure this year. It's gonna be hard, and it's already time for a new Nintendo.
I mean, we
If they
haven't
tell
haven't
us if they
Uh,
tell us
yeah.
about like a like the new Metroid coming out or like a new DK or maybe even new Zelda like that we looked at it just looks amazing, then definitely we'll get a new console because we're not gonna get that new Switch without a new game that's gonna push it and make people want to buy it.
yeah,
Mhm.
I mean that was gonna be my next question. Like, is Metroid at this point, is Metroid 4 gonna be on the Switch or is that gonna be a next console thing?
Most likely next console, man, because if they're
We
starting from
still
like
haven't
the
seen
ground,
nothing. We
No.
haven't seen nothing, like nothing at all from Metroid 4.
not at all.
Yep. I'm just like this
So
thing. I'm just saying between their new console, they really need to make it more, different, versions how we used to grow up at the 90s, the first two game consoles of theirs. You know what I mean? Like, for example, like the Super Nintendo, like, dude, we need the original skin color of that. And back then when I had, Nintendo SP, I had the very first, game Nintendo NES form of the advanced game used to have. And also back then in the 90s, dude, how many of us like the idea how they had the see-through colors?
no, I mean, I get where you're coming from. 100%. I feel like we've been saying before, if the Switch 2 is gonna be a similar console, but it's just a more powerful console from the Switch,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion, Super Nintendo Switch will be the best name for that. You know, that
Hands down.
the name was already trending on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
That will only make sense. And also, if you're doing that, in my opinion, I don't know. I mean, maybe make it a limited edition to make it look like a Super Nintendo. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that just for nostalgia and old school fans like us, that will be money right there.
No, I'll buy two.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're gonna buy one to keep in the box and the other one to play. Like, and that's my next thing with that. Like, do you guys think it's gonna be backward compatible?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I mean,
Because what
I don't think Nintendo is they're not stupid like that. I mean, the Switch is already still selling. Switch games is still selling.
Yep. And
They're not gonna try to kill that overnight.
nope. And also, I'm just saying, I rather don't want them to make new cartridges or physical media. And plus, and I'm just saying, you think they were going to give us more of the Nintendo N64 and the GameCubes and the Wii and DS because pretty much we're all demanding the games that they used to have back in the old 2000s used to
Yeah,
have.
nah, for sure that is something that, you know, uh when it comes to remakes, there's Nintendo has way too many games that they still should remake, especially when you do it right. You know, you see Metroid Prime, it was literally the same game, but I still it's still a weird game to me because it says remaster, but I feel like it's a remake because it looks so good. You know, it's not just a remaster, it's not a HD port when it came to the Metroid Prime remaster for the Switch. RPG, you know, it looks it's a whole different, you know, it's the same game, but it looks so clean now. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's literally something that you just, you know, you're making the same game, you know, you're using the same game, but you're making money all over again. So to
Yep.
me, in my opinion, that's just easy money, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we need like a Star Fox,
Like
He
a new
really
Star
needs new
Fox, or
games.
remaster.
we need like a Star Fox Adventure type game. They
Right,
need
that'd be
to
pretty
they
cool.
should do something. If anything, Star Fox. I know we talk about open world. I think an open world Star Fox would actually make sense if they do it right. You
Yep.
know, you're going to different planets and all that stuff.
Just fly in space with your little spaceship.
You're finding
Yep.
space. You get in the planet. You can get out of the spaceship. Like, come on, it's all
Meet
there.
aliens.
It's all there. I mean, this you know the whole thing with DK. There's been rumors about a 3D Donkey Kong game for the past 2 years now.
Yeah,
So
well, they said that the next Donkey Kong is not a country game, so 3D does really seem like it's it.
and that's been
Mm-hmm.
the rumor. It's been like 2 years with that rumor. You know,
See, that game could be the one for the Super Nintendo Switch.
that could be the release
Mm-hmm.
date, the release game. You know, because we don't know if let's say it's backward compatible with the Switch. The first thing Nintendo's gonna do is show off how much better and you know how much better the games can look and how better they can run on the new Switch. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like they can show Tears of the Kingdom and probably gonna look way better and it's gonna run way better on the new Switch. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that alone is still gonna have people replaying the same game or people that haven't played those games yet. You know, it's just business. I mean, they would know how to do that, and we all know Nintendo is they're not stupid. Um,
So,
Mm-hmm.
if anything, they can always have an add-on. You know how they always had with the other consoles, where you have an add-on for the console where you can put the old school games. You know, from a different console.
but what are the
Yep.
chances that this new Super Nintendo is just a home console, that it's not portable anymore? That way the Switch could still sell as
Mm,
well.
I didn't thought about that.
Or even what you said right now, an adapter, that they sell an adapter that if you put your Switch on it, it becomes the Super Switch, the Super Nintendo Switch.
That's money right there. That's extra piece that's not gonna be, you know, they can sell that shit for like $150 easy and people are gonna buy it.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, it's like, oh,
You know,
you
that's
need this piece and you want to take it with you. Okay, add it on.
It's funny. Apparently, you mentioned apparently there was the Nintendo Switch Lite.
Hmm.
The difference between the Lite is that you don't, take off the switch, the remotes. You just take it everywhere, and especially
Yeah,
if some
exactly.
games are limited to.
And it was good for them because it was just it's less powerful because it's just a handheld console, you know, which obviously I'm
Hmm.
not a fan because I like to play more on my TV, but I get the people that like to take their consoles with them. So it works, you know, it works. It's not like you need to, you know, you don't have to buy that if you don't want to. You still got the regular Switch. You know, you can have options right away. I mean, if you have those options, you're just gonna sell more consoles anyway.
I'm
And
pretty,
this,
I'm pretty, I'm pretty certain somehow Nintendo's going to be announcing on summer or something.
Yeah, I mean, if this console comes out, we all know it's gonna be around the holidays. Um, the announcing part, I don't know. I don't know when would you guys expect for Nintendo to finally say anything about this?
August, September,
That close
and
to it?
then release it on October, November.
Man, that's gonna be bank for them right there. I
Yeah.
mean, I guess we can talk about, while we're talking about Nintendo, what's going on with this whole Power or whatever you want to call it, this Pokemon-like game.
It's
Apparently,
funny how
for some reason,
they're mad.
haters were kind of snitching, like, oh, it's too much like Pokemon. They were sending Nintendo messages like, you guys should look into that. So now you got Nintendo looking into it. Like, I don't know. To me, that's just weird. Like, why y'all acting like your own Nintendo or Pokemon? It's a weird thing to me because we've been knew that this game was coming out for years. So if Nintendo didn't do anything back then, why would they do anything now? I don't really think they really care like that. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
From what I heard is
I
that they
mean,
did try to do it at the beginning, but then now that there's like more attention to it, that they're like, all right, we're gonna take a second look into it.
Yeah, and to me that's just, I don't know. That's kind of wrong to me because they should have done that years ago, not now after its release. Why?
mhm.
Because it's famous now, because it's making the money.
They didn't think it was
Yep.
gonna be that popular.
That thing is huge, apparently.
Yeah, it's the most played game
Apparently
on
that
Steam.
thing blew up, and it's on Game Pass.
The thing is that most people are like pissed off, but they don't want to admit it. It's that Pokemon's been out for how many years? Like 20 plus years, and it's
Yep.
always the same game. Like the last 4 or 5 games is literally the same. They released 2, 3 games at the same time that they're exactly the same. There's nothing new to it. And then now this one has so many different things that you could do. You could make the POWs work and you could
Yeah.
capture them the way that you capture them and everything. Like it, you can even capture humans in this game. It's
So pretty much,
they're just mad.
I get your point of view because what I'm hearing is this game is actually the game we've been asking Nintendo for,
Yes.
about to make, we've been asking for them to make a game like this for Pokemon for so many
Mhm.
years. So you can really blame another studio for actually listening to us and making that game.
And it's
You
not a
get what I'm
$60
saying?
game. It's right now
So
you can buy it for $24 and it's on Game Pass.
look at that.
Well, right now I still if I want to buy like Pokemon Silver that came out like 30 years ago, I still have to pay like $60 for it.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, if they're actually listening to the fans and did the Pokemon game we always wanted, you know, it's not really Pokemon because they look similar, but they they did what we were been saying. So can you really blame them? No. Learn how to listen to the customer, the ones that's giving you the money. Because
Yeah, but
You know,
Pokemon lately haven't been good when it comes to games.
I mean, yeah, exactly. Not to mention that last time when I heard it was that the other Pokemon got glitches. I mean, everyone looked like weird looking, and plus, especially, I'm
Yeah,
not a big
didn't
fan
that
of.
last game came out broken as hell?
I mean, yeah, it did look like freaking glitchy as hell. I mean, human portions look weird. The game, some of the Pokemons are acting weird. And it's like, so you guys released a game that was so off on its cutscenes and on its ways of to be epic for adventures, but this is exactly what you released. Another rehab.
And that's the thing. That's going back to Nintendo. They need a new console because of that. They were trying to release an open world Pokemon where the Switch is so outdated it cannot handle it. If anything, they should have waited to make that game. They could have made it even bigger and waited for the new console to come out. Because if the console cannot run it, then why make it?
right. And it's only on Nintendo, and then now we could play it on PC or on an Xbox. This Pokemon like game.
Yeah, man, it looks good. It looks
It's a
good.
fun game. Currently, right now, I have 95 out of 113 pals. So I'm almost done with my decks.
I want to try it. I don't have Game Pass right now, but I wanted to try. But all right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out.
All right, man.
And I'll see you guys on the other side.
He did.
See you, man.